Yeah. Uh, those who are attending webinar, please write in the chat that whether my audio is okay or not. Yeah. Am I audible to you all? Yeah. So I will start from the beginning. So the topic of this webinar is hands-on ethical hacking. So before jumping to hands-on ethical hacking, I will just give you a quick overview what is ethical hacking and what is the cybersecurity. What are its need in today's digital world? So here's the outline of the webinar. So what is cybersecurity? Need of cybersecurity and roadmap that how you can become a cybersecurity professional. This will take around for 15-20 minutes, and then we will jump to hands-on ethical hacking, which will cover the domains like SPF or DMARC policies. Then next is URL redirection. Next is sensitive data exposure. So, what is cybersecurity? What do you mean by cybersecurity? Can anyone write in the chat? Yeah, can anyone write in the chat that what is cybersecurity? What do you understand by the term cybersecurity? Yes, anyone? I can't see any responses. Well, I will explain that. For example, I will explain this through an example. Like you have seen, thief and so thief is a cyber in this digital world. Just a second. Aditya and Anshu. Now my voice is okay. 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 Just a second. Now it's okay. Actually, is my presentation visible to you? Okay, just a second. I will rejoin the meet. I think now my presentation is visible. Yeah. So what is the need of cybersecurity? You guys have come across the uh, Facebook account has been hacked, news was Twitter account was hacked, 130 Twitter accounts have been prone to attack. Means now the latest news is like data of one big basket users have dark web for sale or micro cyber threat. So these are some cyber attacks and frequency of cyber attack has been increased. So there is a need of cybersecurity professionals. Yep. Now the roadmap. What basically anything you work towards a target, your work towards the target is the road. But I will recommend that so you start focusing on concept like 4 to 6 months, 10 months to clear a concept, to brush up the concept, to learn the stuff, to learn about Linux, which is a very tool. Then you can learn Python. You can learn networking before moving on to ethical hacking sector. Uh, Roadmap that I will recommend that is first you start up your learning. Then you can keep practicing. Like so there are CTS, there are virtual labs, there are many sites like Hub. Then it's like tool you where you can download the virtual labs. You can yeah. Now is it visible? Now is it presenting? I think so. I think there's some network issue on this side. Yeah, now it is visible, I think. Yeah. So I was talking about the roadmap. Uh, First of all, sorry for the inconvenience. There's a network issue on my side. So now we come back to the topic. That I was talking about the roadmap. That how anyone can become a cybersecurity professional. So mm, yeah. So you can start with like some basic concepts of networking and cybersecurity. Start reading the news. Start reading the articles, e-journals that are published on cybersecurity. Then you can start practicing on it. Like, for example, I will be covering some bugs in the upcoming slides. So you can practice that bugs, you can practice the penetration testing, you can practice the offensive way or defensive way of security. Like offensive way is ethical hacking, uh, for which the famous certifications are CEH, OSCP. And for defensive security, you can go for CompTIA Security Plus, S Plus certification. Then you can, after this, you will be in the range of moderate cybersecurity professional. Then after this, you can go for some more higher certifications like LPT. There's a license penetration certification for AC Council, so you can go for that, and even more higher if you want. So now we move on to the core topic of this webinar, that is hands-on ethical hacking. So there, I will be covering the three vulnerabilities. That is, first one is SPF, that is Sender Policy Framework. Next is URL redirection, and then next is sensitive data exposure. In this section, I will be covering about that how this can affect a normal user and the impact on individuals as a user. So, yeah. First, I will be covering about sensitive data exposure, that how your data can be exposed to hackers or unethical persons, which can sell them on a dark web. Like I have shown example of data of 20 million big basket users available on dark web for sale. Similar to that. So the sensitive data exposure. For this, you will need Wireshark. I'm starting a Wireshark for this. Now, for the demonstration, I have previously set up a lab called BWAP. Here you can have here you can practice your skills. Default username is B and password is B. So here's the list where you can practice. I'm setting up the Wireshark to loopback, that is localhost, and starting up. Yeah. Here is the list of vulnerabilities or attacks that you can practice on DWAP. So you can practice SQL injection, HTML injection, XSS, broken authentication, then session management, cross-site scripting, IDOR, etc., etc. So for this, for the sensitive data exposure, I'm just setting this to sensitive data exposure, and here clear text HTTP. This is for the demonstration only. So here I'm clearing this track. I'm clearing the Wireshark track. Now it is set to localhost and I am applying the filter HTTP. Now, here is the password. Username is B, password is bug. This is a default username and password of BWAP. So when I am logging, one sec. Yeah. So is it visible now? So when we are using an insecure protocol, which is the HTTP protocol used here, and if your application or any application has a bug, that is clear text HTTP credentials. HTTP basically this bug occur in HTTP protocol, which transmit everything on plain text. So you can see the entered username and password. Yeah, you can see the entered login username and the password. So this is a sensitive data exposure because credentials of any application, any organization is your sensitive data. I mean, if that credential is in the wrong hands, then your uh, whole work will be of waste. Like if you are having $1,000 on a big basket as a currency, and your big basket credential is with hacker, then the $1,000 is with hacker. So credential is a sensitive information that is being exposed here. So this is the first vulnerability that a application might contain, and this is the easiest, I think. Now, the next both URL redirection and SPF vulnerability. Using the combination of both, anyone can scam with you easily. Like for example, for the SPF vulnerability, I am using MX Toolbox, and here is a site test PHP, which is kind of domain name, and in the MX lookup, I will paste it. You have to just paste here the domain name and then MX lookup. As you can see here, DMARC policy is not enabled. DNS record not published. DMARC record not published. Means record is not published, and not published hence not enabled. So you can use any fake mailer to send a mail using domain name of this, using domain name of testphp.vulneb.com. Like for example, I'm sending a mail from CEO to CEO at the rate testphp.vulneb.com to myself. My mail ID is okay. Subject is suppose fired. Want a new job. Follow the link is my subject. Okay, so I will demonstrate this once I will cover the. I will demonstrate this once again after covering the URL redirection section. For now, hired. Send. Now you can see email sent successfully. Now here is my mail open. I will just refresh my mail. I think I have to send it. Why is it? Anything. So this is the mail that I have received previously. I think the server is down for the time being. So this is a server from this is a mail from CEO at the testphp.vulneb.com. So I have received this mail. Now any attacker can embed any fake mail ID or use the any attacker can attach here a fake email address or fake URL which can redirect to their personal website, and you will fill the form available on the site that you will be getting hired on the basis of the form and the resume. But the actual is your credential is going to the attacker. For the same, I am demonstrating uh, URL redirection. So you will understand that what I am saying right now. I think I'm connected. Challenges. Yeah. Roadway.org is a site where you can practice the ethical hacking or cybersecurity skills. Yeah. So here you can get challenges, capture the flags, and etc. So URL redirection is also called as open redirect or open redirection. So, yeah. So here is an example of open redirection or URL redirection. For example, I will just copy the location. You can see that when after clicking this twitter.com, it is redirecting me to twitter.com. But what's in the URL? So you can see the URL here. Like from the name, it is saying that I think this will be visible. Yeah. From the link, it shows that it is directing to challenge01.rootme.org. But when I opened this URL here, it directed me to the twitter.com. This means what? There is a vulnerability that is used in the URL that is called URL redirection. Now, if you go further in this URL, then you can see here another part like https twitter.com. Yeah. So this is, you can identify by inspecting the URL, like it is redirecting to the core website or it is redirecting to some another website. What if the URL is in form of bit.ly, shorten URL, that is not the actual URL? For that, you can search online that for URL redirector checker, and for any URL you can analyze here that the URL is redirecting to which page. So you can analyze here for the here or another. You can use any of these tools to check the URL. Google.com. Shorten your link. This is my shorten link. I'm using this. See, this is redirects to, okay, and this redirects to www.google.com. So You can use this online tools before directly clicking on the URL to verify that the URL is malicious or it is the actual URL. So coming back to this, we have seen that SPF is the vulnerability that can be exploited to send fake mails. Yeah. So then fake mails may contain malicious software or anything else that can be fake software contains malicious fake mails can contain malicious software or tempered URL or any malicious thing like uh, hackers can do URL piggybacking of URL with the image or with some text. So SPF is a dangerous vulnerability if it is exploited by the hacker, but most of the hacker ignores this. Next, URL redirection. URL redirection. Yeah. So URL redirection is a vulnerability that by mistakenly left by the developers of our organization, which can be exploited to redirect to any fake website or any other site rather than the actual site. Next is sensitive data exposure. Sensitive data exposure. So sensitive data exposure, your sensitive data can be your mail ID, can be your card details, can be your any personal information that can harm you. That is the sensitive data. And if any organization or any site or any application uh, doesn't hide your data or it is not up to the mark, so sensitive data can be exposed to the attackers or hackers, which can harm you, right? So this is a three hands on. Any queries you can ask now. Any queries, guys? Yeah. So another thing for your practice can be this Vulneb. Yeah. So Vulneb is a site where virtual machines are available. Some ethical hackers are making these machines and posting here. Basically, it is like a game that you can use this machine. Like OBA is used for Oracle VirtualBox. OBA. There's virtual machines available for VMware too. You can see the screenshot below. So you can use this virtual machines for your practice. You can practice here. You can crack the code. You can crack the password for the root user, and this will help you to practice. This will help you to sharpen your cybersecurity skills, penetration testing skills. Next sites are HackerOne. HackerOne. Next sites are HackerOne, then Bug Crowd. These are the sites. These both are different sites. So these are the sites where the bounties is given to the hackers for finding a vulnerability. This is here the actual application that is running on a server that is running that uh, people are using is referenced here, and anyone who finds a bug in that application and within the scope, so that hacker, that ethical hacker is rewarded with some reward. Hall of Fame. It can be Hall of Fame. It can be bounties. It can be in any form. That depends upon the organization. So my suggestion to you is that rather than jumping to the bounties, first practice, because if you report a wrong vulnerability or that doesn't exist, then you will have a negative marking here. In both HackerOne and Bugcrowd, you have a negative rating. Guys, any queries you can ask. Yeah. There are no such prerequisite for a beginner, because beginner is already at a level zero. So you can start studying the stuff. You can start doing the research. You can focus on the directions of what is happening behind the internet. What is happening behind a click? Like suppose I am clicking, what is happening behind this click? You understand so if you are able to understand the program, if you are able to understand the software, then that's the best part of a cybersecurity specialist as a beginner. For that, you can study you can study languages like HTML, Java, if Java is a data science, you can study HTML, CSS, JavaScript, full stack. Yeah. So it can I will after presenting. What yeah, now my voice is- yeah. So as a beginner, you can always just a second. Am I audible now? Aditya Anshu? Am I audible? Yeah. So as a beginner, you can start studying what is you can start with the ethical hacking course that is available on Udemy, Coursera, etc. Various platforms. There are beginner courses like ethical hacking or overview of cybersecurity. You can start with this course and then move on to practical aspects like penetration testing, penetration testing concepts, OWASP top 10, top 30, top 50. You can go to that. You can go and hunt that bug for the next level. So I will advise as a beginner, you should learn Python because it is the most popular language used right now. Then PHP if you're going to web application pen testing, Kotlin or Java for Android if you're willing to Android. That's it. And of course, ethical hacking skills if you get a good trainer. Any other question? Yeah, yeah, sure. So I think no more questions are there. Thank you for the coming to this webinar. Bye. Have a good day, guys.